Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Brain Train Tuesday. My name is Alyssa. I am the owner of Liss MS. I'm a holistic nutritionist and health coach, and I help individuals with MS rewire their brain and body for healing. In this week's episode, we are going to be talking about breathing and why it is so important for our bodies, our pain response, and our stress response. So let's go. So we all breathe automatically, right? It's an unconscious process that's going on behind the scenes. We don't have to think about breathing, our body just does it for us, right? However, most of us have been breathing wrong our entire lives. But how can we be breathing wrong if our body does it? And what exactly is wrong? I'll explain. So when I say wrong, I don't necessarily mean like that the breathing process itself is wrong, because you're still getting oxygen, you're still alive, right? What I mean by wrong is chest breathing. So kind of staying here. And that's where most of us hang out throughout the day, actually. And I do it a lot too. Many things can actually get in the way of our breathing patterns, and one of the biggest is stress. So how often have you found yourself in the middle of a stressful situation, trying to figure it out, trying to figure out what's going on, and then you realize you've been holding your breath pretty much the entire time? It's actually much more common than you would think. Because breathing is such an unconscious process, we don't usually think about it consciously, which can lead to some issues like that, holding your breath. And actually, there have been some studies done that talk about the power of breathing. So one study found that 20 minutes of breathing decreases inflammatory markers in saliva as compared to 20 minutes of reading at like a leisurely pace, which did not reduce inflammation. It's also been found that those that don't breathe fully, kind of like that stay up here and don't do the full kind of like diaphragmatic breath, actually have compromised movement patterns and pain, which is kind of common in our MS world, right? So we can modulate actually our stress response and our pain response and even inflammatory response, all with just breathing. Wild, right? So today I'm going to be demonstrating a really quick breathing drill you can do anytime, including in bed, before you wake up or before you go to bed. And I would recommend practicing this a few times a day. So let's go. All right, we are down on the ground now. And if you have trouble getting up and down from the ground, feel free to do this in bed. That's totally okay. So we are going to be laying on the ground. I will show you in a second. And we will have one hand on our belly and one hand on our chest. So we are going to be trying to breathe through our nose the entire time. That's a whole separate video on why nose breathing is better than mouth breathing. But anyways, so we'll be inhaling through our nose and exhaling through our nose. If that is a problem for you or makes you uncomfortable or your nose is compromised and you can't breathe through your nose, absolutely you can breathe through your mouth as well. So you'll be having your hand on your belly and hand on your chest, and then we'll be doing a 2-second inhale. So, and then hold for 2 or 3 seconds, and then exhale for 6. So again, hold for 2, and exhale for 6. I'll do it one more time. Hold for 2, exhale for 6. So that's sitting up. We really want to be laying down for this. So you want to be on your back with your knees up in a comfortable position. You don't have to be tense or anything. If this is too hard for you to lay down on the ground like this and just be flat, you can absolutely use a pillow. That's totally okay. So we will have our hand here, and then breathe into my belly here, and then we'll hold and then exhale. Hold, exhale. Inhale, hold, exhale. So try this 2 or 3 times a day for 2 or 3 breaths each, especially before you're in a stressful situation, because we want to be practicing these things and starting to get them into like muscle memory before we have to use them. Because if we have to use them all of a sudden, then we're not really going to remember it that well. So if we practice before it's needed, then it's going to go so much better when we actually do need it. So practice 2 or 3 times a day. Let me know how it goes. See if it modulates, like if it changes your pain at all, helps you sleep better, anything like that. Let me know.